Om Ganganapade Nama, Sri Gurubhyo Nama, hariom. It is visible that despite being devotion, one is still pervaded with the pain, distress. They are going together. Is it feasible? How is that our access to the God, despite thing, is not getting us fruit? No doubt we are connected to God, instructor, but his instruction, if it is floated, that will bring us problem. Now, if we see that instruction is good and bad, we can say dharma, adharma, positive, negative, and that God's worship definitely it will fulfill our desires. Then we may say whether he is good person or wrong bad person, because like a coffee or vending dispenser or any vending machine. Now you insert the coin, it will give it. It doesn't discriminate, good or bad. But the one is fulfilling his thing, but the thing, if he is positive, then he gets following the laws of the instruction. Now instructor cannot be pleased by his thing. This may be possible in the physical plane, but in the God's perspective, God can be pleased only when God's laws are complied, conformed to. Now Lord Rama will be happy only when Rama's Maryada Dharma are those tenets are followed. Then now Rama, by worshipping one's wishes, maybe could be fulfilled. That is when, because it is, but that is like that vending machine. Now, if his laws are complied, then there is we are enveloped with three things: peace, contentment, and happy. And this is the signature that we are following. This happens when God's instruction is followed. And if his instruction is defied, even though desires are fulfilled, the contentment, peace, and happiness are eluded, are denied. Then it will further percolate the problem to the body. There is more distress. Now, being okay, there is one lot which is a devotee who is negative. His wishes are fulfilled, he is in more agony, and he is not. But then what about the positive person? This person, in fact, he is having peace. But is it enough? That's the question. Is it enough? It is also incomplete, because he is enveloped with the three things: uncertainty, insecurity, unpredictability, and because he is relying, he is good, but he is relying onto the anatma domain. Means it is change, it is mortal. So like that, there are pros and benefits of being positive, and but then one has to tread the path of the jnana. So mere devotion with negative pattern is definitely, no, one has to be honest to assess, and we can even, we may be helpless, but we can jot down what is expected, what is our present disposition, what the text says, how much we are deviating. We can offer that to the God, to whom, yes, I have these things, please alleviate. Now, by being aware of what we are not, what we have to first negate it. That's why it is said we should know our bad and others good. This will help us to go. Now we have to be honest and confess to God. I am unable in my artha kama pursuits. I am unable to be. This is what is expected, but I am tempted to be. Now, by repeatedly, by honest confession, we can always, maybe the tracks in that direction are so strong like Sri Ramakrishna says, one dog, it is so much attachment with the master, it would lick him, and then when his neighbor told this is not correct, but it takes so much effort for it to distance. It doesn't go overnight. Similarly, we have to be honest. We have to list down what are the forbidden, because we are not having the peace, happiness, and contentment. These things are as are lost. Then there is agony. Then we have to be honest to us to compute our audit, and these things are there, and then there are different tenets, and how we is diverting. Then that is what is hurry. Hurry means our enemy who would give us a problem. Hurry, it is like we are handing over a thief enemy to police. Police means who will rob. So we have to that way we can our whosoever our Ishta Daiva, we can always say. That's why that great saint composition. Mere avagunu chitranadharo samadarshi. These are all, but we have to know. If we start, if you are good, you have to have a peace happiness thing. But if you are not bad, we have to do a calibration. We should know what is expected. These are very much given in every text. It is like a conduct rules, like a operating manual for an equipment for a human being to when we are functioning at the different realms, we are governed by those laws. Now we are in the in the mundane parlance, law minister and law, they are two separate things, and because he is personified, and we can also make a bluff. But in the cosmic government, law minister is law, they are built in. So that's why we say Sri Mata, Sri Maharajnya. Maharajnya means tough. It is a administrator, though our mother, but if we do, we are punished. So though it is same our own relative on the bank, we cannot be wrong, we cannot escape. Then now actually in this thing I am reminded that every thought, every action, everything will bear fruit. That is what is important. We may be a devotee, okay, God is there to take care, but so many thoughts, so many actions, so many talks, so many behavior. But thing is, each one will bestow the fruit. Now someone who from one village he went to other village for some shopping. He returned. He has lost his way. He is searching in jungle. It is sunset. Then he is taking under a tree, and then he would feel, oh God, I am tired. If there is a cot, how nice. Then cot has come. If I get some drink or water, some food, it came. Then if I have my family with me, family came. Then, oh, if some tiger comes, then tiger came and ate away. Now it is a kalpa vriksha. So whatever one thought, it is blessed. So same way, the individual also, all his thoughts are happening under the consciousness. In fact, consciousness taking the root of it, these thoughts actually eject out, emit. Every thought, every action, every word is going to bear. We have to ensure that even we are a devotee, then we have to see that our thoughts, our actions are not demonic. They are positive. What is that positive? Now say, whatever, in a way, the correct thing would be whatever we reserve our feelings for our kith and kin, then if it extends to the third person, the tolerance, unconditional love, our service. See, the nature call of our children is it is we have no aversion, but it is the same happening to the neighbor's baby. We say we have aversion. We will immediately complain. See this ragadveshas, this kind of disparities. These are and one side Jagata Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro. We want to please God, but God's children we have aversion. Now the devotion should become even in a macro form. It should It should not limit to idol or a particular form and name, because we are connecting with Panchamrita, and that Panchamrita are the five patterns. It should our actions, our thought, our talk, our deeds, our arthakama pursuits should emulate. It should be so pleasant, and we have to when a parent is happy when their children are loved. So same way one has to embrace the creation, because God has proclaimed, I am the baby. We know Jagannath, Jagannatha, Vishwanath, Vishwamata, Jagat Janani. Then all Jagat is its baby. So we have to the devotion. Now, if this is the true devotion, so then if anything in contrast, that will bring the distress. So that is the thing. Now, with the devotion, there has to be transformation. One has to be good, and by only confining to uh, our pour out our love to an idol name and form, they are definitely God everywhere. That is there, but God lost outside that idol also. There is God. It is like that. We are worshipping a planet Earth, that globe, and with Panchamrita, and we are doing all that sacrilege of the mainland. We are worshipping Bhumata, and we are sowing the seeds of the bitter. So then the product, it is the loss, God's loss. So God's law, God and God's laws are inseparable, inescapable, and this is what is as a part of this talk. Now there was a very learned person, Pandit, who knew all shastras, but he is missing happiness, that peace, happiness. Then people told that there is a Sant Kabir, and he is very learned person, Jnani. You go to him and convey your issue, then reason. Then he would say, Sant Kabir, this is my issue. You come after 2 hours, evening. Then he would again go through. By the time he entered the site, visibly he is holding the bead Japmala, he is chanting God's name. There is Bhagavad Gita, he has applied Vibhuti, and he has tied a hog to his seat. It is foul smell. This person asked, noticed him, he said, he opened door and noticed this disposition. Then he invites him, Kabir, you come. But it is so much stinking, it is a dirt smell, how can I come? No, no, you see me, I am chanting, I am in devotion, I have Bhagavad Gita, I am taking God's name, I am sporting Vibhuti, all that thing. But that is all that is fine. This is your devotion, but the hog is tied. Now here also, the distress, the thing, same way when this person is unable to come, and God, how he would walk in? God is Ananda Swarupa. So for God to come, it has to be clean. Now this person himself being a mortal, he expects the conducive surroundings to come. Then how about God? Even if some VIP were to throng our locality, we make so clean. So this is what is the thing. So devotion and distress go together. If the devote to whom we are devoted, his laws, his tenets are defied, floated, then that very law. It is not like that human this thing, some XYZ willing power. It is this won't work with God's in the cosmic government. It is totally his samartha, because all are his children. So that kind of a thing we have to be conscious of our conduct. If there is a misconduct, suppose there is an employee, government employee, he is always obedient to his boss, but he is doing all his deeds are misconduct. He is prohibited behavior. Then he is booked under indiscipline, and he will be punished. Now, being devotee is like that. We are trying to be obedient to the instructor, but the instruction, if it is floated, there is a distress, this is inescapable. One has to be very, very sensitive to these laws, God's laws. Then only, now say, traffic inspector is there, he is our own thing. No, traffic rules have to be done. So like that, God's laws have to be thing. If God were to be taken only as an individual, Krishna is very much present to Arjuna. He would have told, "You washed my feet and take my name." But he has expounded Bhagavad Gita, the noble, that great text. He said that word. There he has floated Daiva Asura, the negative that attributes positive. The positive are very much in 12th chapter, 13th sloka to 20th. Then he will sum up it. This is what is dharma. This compliance of those qualities, divine qualities. So, however, I am worshipping Krishna, but these qualities, if it is divine, I am blessed. If it is undivine, demonic, I am distressed. So, this line we have to draw. We have to be more sensitive to God's law, and that only will alleviate the thing. And then the objective of the devotion is the thing. Hariom.